Hello, it's me again. I'm just gonna jump right into it. As you can see by this ginormous board here and the numbers on the board, I am basically making a vision board today. This ring light is bothering me and my glasses, so I'm gonna try to keep looking down because I know it's gonna be like a reflection when I go back and edit this, but this is what we're doing. Vision boards have been around for a very long time, and I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but if you don't know what it is, basically this is what I want to manifest for the next year. I've pretty much printed out a whole bunch of things that I kind of wanted to stick to the board. I'm also gonna write some things in, and this is just basically going to go in a place where I can see it all the time to help remind myself what I am trying to manifest in the new year. So if you don't know already, I probably mentioned it 1,000 times already, I am moving, finally. I'm moving out, and I just want, I feel it in my soul how great this year is going to be, 2024. It is currently December 29th, and I'm just ready to get the ball rolling. It's going to be here in literally 2 days, 3 days, whatever, but I'm ready to go. So I'd rather do this now before the ball drops, because I feel like, I don't know, that's bad juju, you know what I mean? This board is not really held up sturdily enough, so it might fall down a couple times or two. I hope not. But, oh, I might need to get another glue stick out of my container box over there. So basically what I'm gonna do is just gonna run down what each of these pieces of paper that I'm gonna glue down onto the board means to me, and we're just gonna go from there. So the first one looks like this. I don't know if you can see it, but it basically says it's a reminder to make sure that I sleep for 8 hours. I have a hard time sleeping lately. I don't know why. Just I like sleep, but I'm such a night owl that I stay up 1 o'clock, 1:30, sometimes 12. And I have no reason to be awake, but my body feels like I have to be awake, which makes no sense. I get FOMO at night, and I'm just nothing's happening in the world, in my world, at 1:30. Why am I awake? So my goal is to kind of sleep a little earlier, get enough sleep, wake up at a reasonable hour, because every time I wake up for work, I'm rushing out of here all the time, and I'm always late. I'd like to not be late in this coming year to work. So if we can make that happen, it's a great thing in my book. I just realized I'm slouching a lot, and I'm trying not to do that because I know how unflattering it looks on me. Okay. New glue stick. How to reset. It already fell. It's gonna fall 10,000 more times. I already know it. So this next one is a very peaceful picture at the beach. I used to love going to the beach a lot, especially when I used to live alone. The first time I would go to the beach all the time, but I stopped going, and I don't know why. More so because I feel like I got into a lot of true crime podcasts in between that time, and then I just got afraid to do anything alone because I thought that I would, get kidnapped or murdered. But I would like to try to be more outgoing, in the sense of going to the beach more and just hanging out and relaxing and having fun times by myself. So the next picture I have is someone holding a pair of keys. This just basically symbolizes me moving into a new place, which hopefully it's happening. It's gonna happen, but it'd be nice to knock something off in the new year, because technically it is going to happen next year. So I am manifesting it, so it will happen. So the next one basically says, self-confidence is a superpower. Once you start to believe in yourself, magic starts happening. I feel like a lot of the things I struggle with has to do with not having enough self-confidence in myself that I can do it. So I feel like I need to just start practicing a little more self-love in the next year and be more positive about things and actually be more honestly confident. You know what I mean? Because it's okay to have imposter syndrome sometimes, but it's just you have to be confident. You have to feel like you know what you're doing. And I think even though I'm comfortable knowing that I don't know what I'm doing, but I know that I'm doing it and I'm trying, is what I'm trying to say. This next one, I thought it'd be really cute to write it on a sticky note. It just basically says, consistency is more important than perfection. I saw this actually in a post when I was trying to think of things to put on the board, and this one makes a lot of sense to me because I am such a perfectionist. I didn't notice it or didn't realize it as much as I should have, but now I do, and I realize that a lot of things I don't put out a final product of anything because I feel no, it has to be perfect. I should at least forget about things having to be perfect, because nobody's perfect, and be more consistent about doing things, because then if it's not perfect, I just start to lose confidence in it, and then I stop doing it, and then 6 months later I pick it up again, and then it's the whole cycle, and then I never finish anything. So consistency is more important than perfection. The next one is just pretty much a picture of a piggy bank with money going into it. I'd like to be more financially stable and liberated is not the word, more free, like have more financial freedom, not be so scared to like spend money, not feel like I live paycheck to paycheck, if that makes sense. Like I just want to be smart with my money, spend money on things that, you know, will give me return value, and also just like spend money on myself because I deserve it. I've been working really, really hard. So it'd be nice to do some leisurely activities and buy some stuff for the heck of it. By the end of this, it's gonna look like a figure 5-year-old did it. I'm hoping it turns out nice. I'm gonna color it. It's gonna look real pretty, hopefully. This next one is gonna pretty much serve as an inspiration of me like trying to get more in tune with like plants. My mom is such a plant person, and it's really, really like cool, and I like seeing her stuff outside, especially when like during the morning time when you just go outside when the sun has like barely risen. It's not like bleeding hot, and you just kind of like sit with nature and all these different pretty plants and flowers. It's just like serene. I only have succulents because I don't know how to keep certain plants alive. I like very, very low maintenance plants, which is why I only have like about like, I think I have 3 to 4 cactuses. No, I'm lying. 4 to 5 cactuses. I have one downstairs, but they're all on my windowsill. I water them like maybe once or twice a month, barely, if any, maybe once every 2 months. And then I have this water plant here that I've been trying to like grow long, but I don't know if I should like put it in dirt, but I feel like if I put it in dirt, it's going to make it a lot harder to keep track of like when it needs the water, and then it's going to dry out and die, and I'd rather not do that. The plan for this is to like find a place in my new place where it'll continue to grow like vines. I think this is the kind of flower or plant to do this, but it's gonna like grow around like on the wall with like a vine. I don't explain it, like the you know how like the aesthetic girls have like those vines that hang down from the ceiling and stuff like that, but I want to like have an actual living one where as it grows they kind of like pin it to the wall and stuff, and you know, there, I have a whole vision for it. The point is to say that I would like to be more of a plant person and not only like have cactuses, if that makes sense. Like I want to like be able to like nurture something and consistently think of it, which is also ties into the consistency rather than perfection. So I'd like to be more consistent in like taking care of something, if that makes sense. Next thing on the list is to be creative. I always kind of feel like I'm stipending myself with my creativity. I'm such a grateful person. I like to make things, and I put myself in situations where I can't let myself be creative because I'm like, I guess, you know, I'm working and I don't have a job that I want to do because I'm like pretty much doing paperwork and stuff, and I'd rather be making things, you know. I have a sewing machine. I have all these other musical talents that I don't kind of venture into because I don't give myself time to do it because I feel like I'm so concerned about being financially stable and not really like having fun and being artsy and creative. So I'm trying to like make this more so like my forefront of like, this is what I want my life to be about, because this is truly where my happiness lies. It doesn't lie here. This just makes this easier to attain, but like I want this to be the first and foremost thing that I like care about like the most. Like this is my goal. Like I strive for this every day, to be more creative. And it's really funny because that last one kind of ties into this one here. It just basically says I am creating the life of my dreams, which I just want to be happy. I want nothing but happiness. I'm tired of being like so down in the dumps all the time and just like, I don't know, like I just want to be happy to be here, you know what I mean? Happy to be alive, happy to have fun, and just, you know, not get sucked into that world that the universe, or at least American life, puts you in, where you have to feel like, you know, work is your life, and it's not. It really isn't. Humans weren't made to like have a 9 to 5, you know what I mean, and work for like, we don't even know, like there's like, what are we even working for? What is really money? Like, you know what, like it's too much to go into, but like we weren't created for that. We were created to just be here and live and be happy. At least I like to think so. I don't think that I was born here to be miserable all the time. This next one is also just like a little reminder to push myself, because no one else is going to do it for me. pretty much. I am in charge of my own happiness, my own destiny. Wherever I end up, it is up to me. Of course, the universe and chance has its own way of interjecting themselves into your life, but ultimately you are the final say so in what your life can turn out to, or what it can be. So no one else is going to motivate me, no one else is going to push me but myself. So that's why I have to be more consistent and think less about perfection and just do it, because if I don't do, then won't know if I ever succeed or fail. Can't say I can't do it because I know I'm going to fail, when if I don't do it at all, I won't know whether I would succeed or fail at all. So the next one is pretty much that I want another dog. I feel like my dog needs a friend. I feel like my dog needs a brother, a little sister, or something. My dog is just lonely sometimes, and I can't like be with him 24/7 as I wish I should. Which also makes me think like I'm gonna be like that when I have children. That I feel like I'm gonna have to like have 1,000 of them, just like make sure that everybody, you know, gets enough attention, because I wish I could be everywhere at once, but I can't. So my Smokey needs another dog. Not this specific dog, but just like putting it out here. I want to get at least one more dog. At least maybe by June. I don't know, but it's on the list. It's gonna happen. You're gonna get a little friend. I'm looking right at him. The next thing is pretty much just kind of like related to health. I'd like to remind myself to drink more water. I feel like I don't drink enough. I'm also very unhealthy. Like, I want to like exercise more. I had a whole gym membership, but I canceled it because it was too much for me to go to the gym. Just me going to the gym was such a chore, and I don't know why. And then I started finally like picking it up, like the will to go. And then they like closed my gym to like remodel it, and then told me I had to go to a different one until they finished remodeling it, and they didn't have a real like finishing date, which was weird. Like, at least say like, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and then in 6 months I'll check back. So like, and I specifically picked this gym because it was like close to my house, and like now I don't have one close to my house, and I don't want to get dressed to go way over there. So I canceled my membership. But regardless of that, I still would like to be more active at home even, and like go to the park more and like walk more with my dog, like out and about, and not just in my neighborhood. I feel like it would be good for the both of us, because we are just some lazy couch potatoes. He and I just can sleep all day, no problem. Like, he's not the type of dog who will like push me to like wake up. He'll just like, if you're gonna lay, I'm gonna lay here too. So I'd like to drink more water next year, and also live a healthier life, eat better food, exercise more, and drink whole lots of water. Less, I heard it falling too. I was gonna say less desserts too, but the universe is telling me no. Let's not take dessert off the list. I love how it's starting to come together. I was a little bit like about it, because I originally had it set up in my mind a different way in the order that I was like picking them up, but I started going out of order, and I was just like, it's coming together. I'm happy. I'm happy. I thought it was gonna be very empty, but it's looking good. I don't want to put too much stuff on it either, because if I overwhelm myself, like, I already know myself. So like, look at me growing up. I know myself. I know how I am. I'm not going to do it to myself. This next one is just a little quote that I, you know, would like to make sure it's on the board. So every time I read it, I go, that one, that one. It basically says, I survived too many storms to be bothered by raindrops. When I printed this out, I was kind of in the mindset of like, especially at work, in life in general, but more so at work. And once I know like I've been able to apply it at work, then I can just take it anywhere in life. But like, I need to like let a lot of things not bother me as much anymore, because it's like, because sometimes when you care too much, like when you want to do a good job, okay, when I want to do a good job, I kind of care a little bit too much, and I like worry about what everybody else wants to say or slash do, and I'm just like, no, you know what, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I'm gonna do what I know that I know how to do best. I'm gonna do that. And if somebody wants to be rude to me at work and whatever, it's just like, honey, you're having a bad day. I'm not gonna let you let me have a bad day or make me have a bad day. So I'm gonna let you do you, and I'm gonna do me. I'm not gonna be bothered by nothing that goes on, because my life is much bigger than this, and that applies to work, outside of work, personal life, anything literally. I'm creating the life of my dreams, basically. Like, I don't have time to be bothered and concerned about other people besides myself. I need to put myself first, and just like not anybody not let anybody fuck with me. Just saying. So another thing that I'd like to do next year is travel more. I am so embarrassed to admit that I renewed my passport in February of this year, of 2023, and I have yet to put one stamp in it. I haven't even flown in the US, to say the least. But I haven't even put not one stamp into my passport since I renewed it in February. It's about to be literally a year since I've had it, because it's now December 29th, and I haven't yet to go anywhere. What was the point of spending all that money and like being late to work if I'm not even gonna use it? So I would like to at least take one trip this year, even if it's in the US, fine, but take a trip and leave somewhere and get on a plane. A lot of thing is, another big thing is that I feel like I've grown a fear of planes, and I don't know where it came from, because I used to fly all the time when I was little and not have a problem with it, but lately, I don't know why, I've just grew this weird fear of like flying in a plane that it just, I don't know, maybe that's another part that like I'm not going anywhere. But I gotta start little somehow and just like go somewhere in the US and then try to like venture out and finally get a stamp in my passport. Another thing is that with that dog and the future dog that I'm trying to manifest, I have to figure out how to either take them with me and make sure that they come back with me in one piece, and or put them in what are those things called? Boarding? Not boarding. Is it a boarding school for dogs? Or like a doggy daycare. I'd like to put him in a doggy daycare that I trust enough to like leave for a week, come back, and he's fine. You know what I mean? But if worst comes to worst, I'd like to be able to fly with my animal, but they have to be small enough where I can take the both of them, because I can't really do a big dog, you know what I mean? One dog is already enough. Two dogs, I don't know. So the next picture that I printed out was like this sewing or fashion design sewing room or work room. I would like to sew more. I find great enjoyment in doing so. I just gotta find more time to do it and just be more creative and just like dress myself to like try something new, which again, be creative. I just have to trust myself, because I do a lot of basic stuff because I love to be a perfectionist, that I don't like to venture out and try something new. But this time, or this year, I can't talk. I really want to like venture out and like be creative and try new different things. I'm also going to buy a dress form. This is going to be a reminder to me to buy a dress form so that I can be able to like drape stuff and make stuff and create stuff, as opposed to just constantly making a pattern. Because with patterns, you're kind of like limited to like certain boxy-ish kind of looks, and I can't really like design something, because it has to be on paper, and then on paper it has to translate to fabric, and then on fabric it has to translate to the human body, which sometimes takes a lot of time. Instead, I could just buy a dress form and literally like drape it on the mannequin and then just go from there. So I would love to, number one, when I move, make myself a good enough workspace for sewing. That's one thing that I also have to plan. 2 is to get a dress form, and 3 is just overall be more creative and just try different things. I am excited. I cannot wait. I also think that I'm going to be like documenting like this part of my life on here. So if you'd like to watch that happen, then you know where to find me. I have 2 more and I have no idea where I'm going to put them. And I also have like little things I want to write in that I now am feeling like I'm running out of space. Or I should have at least rearranged some of these differently, but it is what it is. Next one is just pretty much a picture of a scenery, which is like a bathtub with some candles, a bubble bath. It's pretty much just like a bubble bath, some candles, a very relaxing scene. This is just another reminder to myself to like relax a little bit, do some spa stuff, because I always like to do Sunday spa days and just like clean. I feel like Sunday is my day of like cleaning, decompressing, laundry, freaking washing my hair. I'd always do my hair. Like if I have a regimen, I always want to do it on a Sunday. I don't know why, but like it's Sunday. Sunday's my thing. And then I'd like to, you know, get more in tune with like painting my nails and stuff like that. I used to love doing it. It's expensive to get acrylic all the time, but like I at least can like do like a little gel set at home. I'm gonna buy myself a machine eventually and just kind of like, you know, remember what it's like to be like a fun young lady, a woman, you know what I mean? Because I like to be girly, but it's so much easier to just be like, not tomboy per se, but just like neutral and just like, I hate that the bottom ones are just all kind of tilting that way. I try to like straighten it out to fix it, but it doesn't want me to, so we're just gonna leave it. Last picture that I have is obviously to reach 100. You know, I'm gonna give myself a whole 365 days. If by the end of it I get to 50, I'll be completely happy. But I've made it this small, and it's gonna be down here because, you know, it'd be nice to do it, you know, but I didn't start this whole process of the videos to, you know, get there, but it would be nice, and I'd like to manifest it. So I think there were like two things I wanted to like write onto the board, because as I was like setting everything up, I was like, oh, I should have printed something out for that, and I completely forgot. And then my phone was already set up where I wanted everything to be, that I just kind of like, let's just leave the phone there and I'll just write it in. So now it's giving me more of an opportunity to kind of like fix some of the spots here. But one of the things is my curly hair girl journey. For the longest time, I don't know why, I've had a hard time growing out my natural curly hair. More so because I kept straightening it all the time, because me as a teenager, I wanted my hair to be straight. I kept being told that like my hair is so beautiful and so curly, why don't I just let it be natural? I hated it, mostly because once my hair dries, it like doesn't hold moisture, and that's only because I didn't know how to really take care of it, because again, I was straightening it all the time and I wanted straight hair and it was damaged all the time. So now I don't really know how to manage my hair, but I've been learning how to manage it, and I really kind of love it. I'm starting to love it. I first cut my hair off because I went in and I gave myself a relaxer twice. Like, I think it was the ending of the year before, and then the middle of this year, I gave myself another relaxer. And then after that, I don't know, like I just got tired of straightening it all the time. It was like once a week or every 2 weeks I'd have to wash my hair, put it in either like rollers or blow dry it, straightening it. And I was just like, this is taking too much time of my day and I can't do other things that I like. Why am I doing this to myself? I went and I chopped off all of my hair. I should have just cut where there was like least amount of damage to retain some length. I didn't do that. I said F it, and I just went all around and made it shorter. And then I don't know what kicked in, but I just kept wanting it more round, like a fro-y. And then I was enjoying that for a little bit, and then someone suggested that I get a haircut, like the sides shaven off, and I was playing with the idea of it, but I've never done it or like tried it. Like, I've always thought about wanting to like have short hair and shave the sides for a very, very long time, but I was too afraid to do it. But now that my hair was already short, and I was just like, F it already. Like, this is when like my mood for life has changed, and I just been like, F everything, let's just do it. I freaking did it, and it looked really, really nice. And then it's just like, all right, but now I only have one set of like one kind of look. I like to just experiment with my looks, and because my hair is so short, I can't really do much. I can only like add like braids to it or like wear a wig, and I really don't want to wear a wig. So I'm rambling, I know. I stopped going to the barber, I forget when, and I've just been deciding to like grow it out. I was in a semi sort of awkward stage because my top of my hair kept growing, because I didn't really cut the top. I would just cut the sides off. For a while I would do like a mohawk too, but not so much on the front. But then later on I started just kind of shaving the back and just having like a kind of high top. So the top of my hair, it was really, really long. And then when I decided to grow it out, my top was long and then my sides were super, super short. So trying to like comb it down to get it used to like being in a fro, it was just, I was in the ugly stage for a good month. That the next month I went and I put braids in and I took them out, and since then I've just been like, okay. So 3 other things that I added was to, 1, be more present. I just feel like I am present nowadays, but like I just, you know, I want to pick up my phone lately now just to kind of like avoid conversations, but like I'd like to be a little more present. I already do that now, but like I've been feeling more of the urge to just like disconnect from a lot of things, because I have been growing this mindset of like not caring about a lot of things. So I want to like make sure I'm finding a good balance between not caring but also caring enough to be present, if that makes sense, because I don't want to like not care about anything and then lose all kind of like will to like want to be present in anything, and then I'm gonna kind of lose myself in the process. Another one is to show empathy. I feel like I have a hard time doing it lately, and I don't know why, because I can be so like, I don't care, like people should just be like me, and I know that people can't be like me because I am one, and no one else can be like me. So it's hard because like I want people to like react to certain things the way I do, or do the certain things the way I do, or I like them. So I have to just be more empathetic with people's situations and feelings and how. And I was just like, I wanted her to react to the situation that how I would normally react to it, but I'm just like, she's not you, so just let her speak her mind, give the advice, and just, you know, be there, and that's it. And that's make it seem, or make her feel like you're dumb for doing such and such, you know what I mean? Like, I just gotta like show up. Some people just want people to listen to them vent, and that's it. So show empathy. I hope I'm using that word right. Other one is true love. I'm always open for love. I've been open to love for a very, very long time, but I'm gonna add something to that as I say it, actually. But I don't know what color to use. Yeah, so you do pink. But true love, it'll come to me. I know it will. But I also have to remember to not lose my self-worth while I'm looking for that, because I know what I want and I know what I will accept, and I don't care if I have standards. Some of them might be outlandish, but if there are people in the world who are able to be happy with just being who they are, why can't I? You know, I don't want to have to change myself to find this. So I want to stay true to myself, know my worth, and eventually I will find the person I'm looking for. And if they don't, I can just marry myself. So that basically kind of sums up my entire board and my vision for the next year. I'm sure I'm gonna add a couple things to it here and there, more quotes, maybe one more picture or so, and then just kind of like overall make it look pretty. But as soon as I find a good place for it where I can see it every day, it's gonna go straight up there, and I'm going to live by this. And this is my daily motto. I want to look at this every day and remember what I set out to do when I first sat down here and started writing these numbers on the board with my vision and my plan. So if this helped you kind of motivate you to do one for yourself, good. If you want to use my board because it kind of resonates with you, by all means, here you are. But yeah, I'm on this journey. I keep saying it, I'm gonna say it again. This is gonna be my year. That's gonna be my year. I'm gonna get things done, and I'm going to be 10 times better at the end of it than I was at the end of this year. And I feel it in my bones, and as long as I keep saying it, you fake it till you make it, you will make it. So hope you enjoyed, and that's it. Bye.